I prefer walking in shite than sitting at home. It's as simple as that. I stood in shite because I started laughing that I thought someone hung out their pants. As you can see where my head is today. Ah. Good morning everyone. Nice to be out on the trail. So today we're doing a beautiful, it's about an 18.4 kilometer hike of the Burren. The Burren is in County Clare, so it's the most amazing, mystical place, and I can't get the gate open. There you go. I still can't get the gate open. There you go. So today I'm taking you on a trip through Ireland's Middle Earth. Yes, I said Ireland's Middle Earth. There is a massive link between the Burren in County Clare and the Lord of the Rings. I'll explain more in a while. I love this place so much. It's looking over Galway Bay. What can you say? Let's keep going. I mentioned earlier on about Ireland's Middle Earth. You're probably wondering. So, I was talking about the link between the Lord of the Rings and the Burren. So, I'll explain why. So, J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, he was an external examiner in NUI Galway. So as you can see, we're on Galway Bay at the moment here. He developed a fascination with the Burren, and he used to come here a lot. He used to come here walking. He was known as a very, very quiet man, and he was known that if he was tired when he was walking, he'd stop and just fall asleep. Which is mad. He'd just fall asleep on a wall, wherever. So he wrote The Hobbit first before the Lord of the Rings, and there's a few links, and I'll explain. So first of all, there's a mountain here called Clare, and Clare mountain, the topography of Clare mountain is the very same as the Misty Mountain from Lord of the Rings. If people don't know, J.R.R. Tolkien, he made a map and drew a like a fantasy map of what Middle Earth looks like, but one of them was called the Misty Mountain, and the Misty Mountain's landscape in the movie and in the books was identical to the Burren. Was foggy, misty, hence the name, but it was landscape. The landscape was all stone and limestone pavement. So that's first. So if you look at on the map of Lord of the Rings, the topography of Clare and the Misty Mountain is identical. So that's one. So secondly, you have in Lord of the Rings, you have these called the Nazgul, or the Dark Riders. So the Dark Riders were they're like haunted knights that they were searching for the ring. But anyway, it was found out that there was a link between the Irish banshee. The banshee used to haunt, I think it's only 5 families, only 5 family names in Ireland that the banshee used to haunt. I can't remember them all. I know O'Brien, Kavanagh, I can't think of the rest. Google it, you'll find it. But the banshee used to give out a screech, and this screech was foretelling the death of someone in the family. So the Nazgul in Lord of the Rings and the banshee are very similar if you look at the both of them. And the screaming and screeching that the Nazgul used to make was near identical to what people reported that the banshee sounded like. And the last one, which is the biggest link, is there in the Burren. There is a 15-mile underground cave system, and it's called Pol na Gollum, if you believe it. So it's the whole of Gollum. But here's where it gets interesting. So Pol na Gollum, the character in the movie, if you don't know, and in the books, was Gollum, the creature Gollum. But Pol na Gollum is the whole of Gollum, or the whole of the cave dove, which it is. So the cave dove, the sound of a cave dove makes a throaty growl of a sound, and when it's in a cave it's a lot louder. And from the film Gollum, the sound he makes is a throaty sound constantly as well. So there's some massive links there, and it's incredible even walking here if you're a fan of the movie or the film or the book. It just, I can see how he got his ideas and the landscape, and yeah, I'm loving every bit of this. And sorry if you're not a fan, he just took a little part in my inner nerd there. Very cool though. So we're taking the road less travelled. That's part of the loop. We'll be coming back this way, but this trail that you can't really see is the way we're going. As you can see here, we're walking on the limestone pavement. They're limestone karst, they're called K-A-R-S-T, karst. So the rain has eroded in between the limestone to create a crisscross pattern. I'll show you. Look at that, that's absolutely unbelievable. This is known as the Fort of the Kings. It's a kind of like a D-shaped fort or fortress, you'd like to call it. It was built to protect the farmers and the homestead and their livestock, so they were brought in here from raiders. But this has never been restored, ever. It has never been touched or rebuilt or anything. Like, this has been here AD all the way up through the medieval ages. It's a privilege to be standing here. Unbelievable. This was incredibly built. Look at that. You can hear the wind whistling through it. It's unbelievable. The wind has picked up. The temperature has gone down. Still nice and fresh. historical mark. So we've come to the Murragkilla cairn. So this was a prehistoric burial ground, and then later on the cairn was built on top of that. But the prehistoric burial ground is about between 5,000 and 2,000 years ago. Incredible. One thing I do love about the Burren, because of the unique landscape that's here, you get Atlantic, Mediterranean and Alpine flowers all growing together, and it's the only place in Ireland that happens, so that's pretty cool. This might be as good a spot as any to have lunch. Oh my god, that limestone actually looks like a horse. Not a bad spot for a cup of tea. I actually forgot my lunch today, so I had to go to the shop and buy something, but always a bonus. So chicken and stuffing, brown bread with a cup of chamomile tea. Happy days. Nothing left behind. Fed and watered. Let's hit the trail. So we're at the halfway point where we're taking a kind of a zigzag down onto a separate path. So we walked up over the Burren and we're going down, and we're walking along the edge of the Burren now after this, but we have to go down through this path first to get there, which is still pretty cool. It's crazy the contrast in the temperatures, because we are behind the mountain now. The wind is above us and I am sweating. It's really warm here and humid, so but it just shows the importance of having layers when you're hiking. Like, I had 3 separate layers on through that hike, and I'm tempted to take off this. Bit of advice, if you're ever doing this hike, don't wear shorts. There's a lot of thorns here, they'll tear your legs apart. I've long pants on today, which I'm happy about. I remember doing this before and I had shorts on, and by God, I was cut to shreds. Onto more open land. That was very cool. Through the thin path with all the trees and whatnot. Yeah, it's a good contrast on this hike. It is one I'll be doing again. I definitely want to go camping here though. I think that might be my next trip. I found a few nice spots up top. No water source though, that's the thing, so I'll have to bring enough water for getting there fruit that night and breakfast the next morning, but sure, that's no problem. Exciting though. The water is so calm right there, and you can see just beyond where we're going to be going is choppy as hell, so I'll expect a good bit of wind when we get around the corner. What an incredible day. 18.4 kilometers, took about 5.5 hours. But if you need to get out onto the hills, you can't go wrong without just check the Burren out in County Clare. Absolute incredible place. So thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe.